Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel here once again. It's time for another match review. This match, not even known, not even widely known for the match itself, which the match itself is actually pretty good and we'll get to, but more so known for the promo that preceded it. I'm talking about Samoa Joe versus Scott Steiner versus his Kaz at TNA, a Sacrifice 2008. You know the promo, the infamous Steiner math promo. Where Steiner talks about how Samoa Joe has an 8 1/3 chance of winning, meanwhile Scott Steiner has a 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. And the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for not Samoa Joe at Sacrifice, but actually Scott Steiner at Sacrifice. It turns out, a bit of irony, Scott Steiner, of course, I maintain Scott Steiner arguably one of the best, but also possibly one of the worst at promos, mostly because a lot of stuff he says has quite a bit of intensity to it and a lot of comedy as well. But man, he says a lot of weird stuff. But nevertheless, as for this match itself, we're going to get into, for starters, as always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer or analyst, just a man who enjoys a good time. And as I alluded to, I definitely had a good time with this match. Promo aside, I definitely had a good time with this match, which promo, of course, very awesome, very legendary. But nevertheless, as for this match itself, let's get right into it and talk about it. So for those of you who have seen this match before, not had this match, well, if you've seen this match before, but also seen some of these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. For those of you who haven't before, if this is your first time, first of all, welcome. But also, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the match. Starting with what I liked, a promo aside, which the most famous, is arguably one of the most famous in history. But the match itself actually wasn't bad. It was actually a pretty solid match, all things told. Not the best triple threat that Samoa Joe has been in, and that would, of course, go to TNA Unbreakable 2005, which I also reviewed, so if you haven't already, go check out that review. But not a bad match, and actually, Kaz, a last-minute replacement for Kurt Angle, who had gotten injured before the match. So Kurt Angle was sadly not added to the mix, meaning Steiner's math was off, which is the only reason he lost. At least that's the headcanon I'm going with. But in all seriousness, this match actually pretty solid, and I like how all three of these guys brought something kind of unique to the table, for the most part. Kaz, of course, was able to fly around the ring, having a lot of agility, going for a lot of high spots, a lot of top rope spots. Scott Steiner, of course, bringing that power, and the physicality to the mix, and then Samoa Joe with both agility and power, as well as some of that technical style that Samoa Joe known for and everything. And Samoa Joe, a bit of an anomaly. A big guy like that shouldn't be able to move as well as he does, but he is able to. And I think that's also one of the things that drew a lot of people into Samoa Joe. Even just in general, whether TNA, WWE, now in AEW, / Ring of Honor, or otherwise, is Samoa Joe's size mixed with that agility made for a very excellent combination, especially young Samoa Joe here. Almost about I think 15 years. There's this match took place. Yeah, if I'm doing my math correctly, which is kind of ironic given some of the circumstances here. But if I'm doing my math correctly, yeah, 15 years since this match took place. So go figure. But yeah, and so all three guys is bringing really good stuff to the table, working really well with each other, and if anything, the promo really hypes up the match even more. And I do like how each of that, aside from like Kaz, gets like a little mini promo, a little mini video package, kind of hyping them up before they make their entrance here in the match. Just to really help hype up this match, and honestly, Kurt Angle not being involved in the match, I imagine would kind of sour a lot of people, as Kurt Angle, very beloved, very talented in the ring and everything. But I think Kaz being the replacement for Kurt Angle really helped this match, and really didn't hurt this match as much as it probably could have with a person being taken out. Which, of course, in the world of pro wrestling, substitutions sometimes have to happen because one person isn't able to perform and everything. So, you have someone fill in, and having Kaz as a replacement is a nice fill in. And crazy thing that all three guys still involved in the business several years later. Of course, Scott Steiner and his brother Rick, part of the WWE under the Legends contract and everything. Samoa Joe. Still in AEW / Ring of Honor, including I think Ring of Honor TV champion at the moment, and Kaz, who was also recently a part of AEW, Kaz aka Frankie Kazarian, recently part of AEW, no longer part of them, now in Impact. So, to see these guys still involved in the wrestling business, is even 15 years later, is still crazy to think about. But here they are doing their thing in this match, and we definitely appreciate them for it, right, in terms of this match and everything. If I did have to find some stuff to kind of nitpick, I do wish there was a few more triple threat spots, and I maintain this about like triple threat matches, that there should be a decent amount of triple threat spots so that all three guys are able to get involved, which we did see some of them here, but not really a whole lot. Otherwise, for the most part, it was kind of one-on-one, while one of the other guys kind of was out on the outside. Right, and the fact that Scott Steiner had to distract the referee, so P.D. Williams, who P.D. Williams is kind of hanging with Scott Steiner at this time period, for him to get involved and kind of take out Kaz on the top rope, so that Kaz actually crotches himself. That was a bit unnecessary, because it's no disqualification. I mean, the worst that could happen is P.D. Williams and Rocket Khan, who was also with Scott Steiner, get ejected, but they could still like do the spot and then get ejected, but the spot is still done. But those are just nitpicks in the grand scheme of things. I actually recommend checking this match out. And of course, the match very well known for the promo, which Scott Steiner known for his promos. Like I said, a lot of nonsensical stuff in his promos, but a lot of high energy and like a lot of funny stuff, intentional or otherwise, that you can't help but tune in. And same with his brother Rick, in some regards, but Scott definitely more so. But still, really solid match. And we could speculate how it would have turned out if Cass wasn't in the match and Kurt Angle actually he was able to stay in. We can speculate how the match would have gone, but otherwise, that's where we are in terms of this match. So I definitely recommend checking it out. Is it as good as the match at Unbreakable? I don't think so, but still a really solid match, backed by a really, really funny, really awesome promo, which Scott, of course, is known for. Of course, another famous promo of his in TNA, the "he's fat" promo. I think also talking about Samoa Joe. And I do like how we see kind of the feud with Samoa Joe. Between Samoa Joe and Scott Steiner as well in this match. Something I also have to highlight is that we see them interact and stuff in this match and able to get their licks in on each other, including Samoa Joe putting away Scott Steiner with the Muscle Buster and pinning him to win the match. I think that was a really smart choice. The two people who are feuding are the two people involved in the decision, with one pinning the other, which of course Samoa Joe pinned Scott Steiner in order to retain. I think that was a very, very smart move. Now, what would have happened if Kurt Angle would have stayed in the match? Who's to really say? Hey, he probably wouldn't have. Kurt Angle, of course, very agile, very talented in the ring, not taking that away from him, and don't think he would have been as agile as like Kaz / Frankie Kazarian, and where he's like flying all around the ring and stuff. But I still think it would have been a very competitive match. But it definitely would have been three kind of like Kurt Angle a bit small, but also showing a lot of his strength as well throughout his career and everything. And so it kind of would have been in kind of a dynamic of that. And of course, Kurt Angle able to bring a lot of technical prowess and everything, even kind of at the point where Kurt Angle was, where he was battling his demons and everything, known as Perk Angle at the time. But I think he would have brought that dimension to it. But But Kaz, like I said, Kaz being the replacement, not a bad strategy. It still made for a pretty solid match. So definitely recommend checking it out. Oh, and check out the Steiner Math promo as well, even if you've checked it out already, because it is that funny, of course. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the match, your thoughts on my review of the match. Did you like, dislike the match? Did you like, dislike my review of the match? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments, let me know what your favorite wrestling promo is, but also let me know, how do you think the match would have turned out if Kurt Angle hadn't gotten injured and was able to stay in the match and compete in the match? Let me know in the comments. But thank you all so much for watching. And also, if you have any other wrestling matches you guys want me to check out, you can either put them in the comments, or you can message me, whether on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or which I have pages for all three. You can send me a message, and I actually have it in the link tree in the description. So anywhere you can get a hold of me, let me know, and I'll consider checking out that match that you recommend. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.